Throughout the 20th century, Asian roles in the American entertainment industry have been portrayed in mocking and stereotypical ways. Asians were usually never given the time of day, being shown as sneaky and speedy ninjas, bad drivers, or just simply untrustworthy.
Our first example is Mr. Wu, a 1927 American silent film that depicted Chinese traditions like keeping the blood purely Asian. Mr. Wu is an angry Chinese traditionalist father who kills his own daughter for loving an Englishman. The film went as far as to construct Asian physiques with cigar holders and cotton instead of just hiring an actor of Asian descent. This is a common theme within portraying other ethnic groups within American entertainment that has continued on from the 1920s to the late 1940s. Next up is the 1937 drama film called Good Earth that delineates the struggles of Chinese farmers Wang Lang and Olan. This film won the Oscar Awards for Best in Black and White Cinematography and Best Actress, but failed to once again have Asian actors play their designated role.
In 1944, Looney Tunes came out with Tokyo Jokyo, a propaganda film for World War II that mocked the Japanese accent and culture. They are shown wearing big glasses, sporting buck teeth, and grinning sinisterly while also being stereotypically overpolite. Next up is Donald Duck and Commando Duck, another World War II cartoon produced during 1944. He is shown going into battle and being surrounded by hidden Japanese soldiers with slanted eyes and foolish war tactics. The Americans during this time slipped in these jokes as a part of their war propaganda against the Japanese after their Pearl Harbor attack.
Japanese customs say, always shooting a man in the back, please. Oh, thank you.
Next up, Idiot and the Tramp, 1955, where Asian Siamese cats are portrayed as evil and sneaky. They bully the dogs and are shown with slanted eyes and have stereotypical Asian accent while playing Asian music in the background. Another example is Walt Disney movie Aristocats from 1970, in which Asian cat plays the piano with chopsticks singing Shanghai, Hong Kong, Egg Foo Young, Fortune Cookie, Always Wrong. This racist Asian stereotype being used for humor purposes, especially for children, was not uncommon during this time period.
Shanghai, Hong Kong, Egg Foo Young. Fortune cookie, always wrong. That's a hot one.
Up next is the 1983 Christmas movie, Christmas Story. In this movie, Chinese people can't sing "'Tis the Season" correctly, and they cut off a duck head at the dinner table. The family is shown laughing at them as they continuously mess up several Christmas carols because of their Asian accents. Up next is the 1984 movie 16 Candles, in which a kid named Long Duck Dong, an obviously racist name, is portrayed as a foreign exchange student who is primitive and shown as a bad driver, an obvious pass to the small eyes stereotype.
What's your name?
Long.
What's your first name?
Long.
What's your middle name?
Duck. I've never been so happy in my whole life.
Oh, no more Yankee, my wanky. The donga need food.
Where is my automobile?
Automobile? Leg. Big leg.
Why, you little scuzzbag!
Time for some honorable mentions. Jackie Chan, whose career lasted from the late 1970s to the present, was casted in several action films such as Rush Hour and Drunken Master. Although still acting for roles that highlights the crazy, badass martial artist Asian stereotype, the roles they play are no longer created just to mock, but are made to be the centers of the film. the industry started to embrace Asian culture. Despite it being undeniably still slightly mocking of the stereotype, it was a start for positive Asian representation for entertainment. This also goes for Bruce Lee, who appeared in Fist of Fury, The Game of Death, and Dragon during the 1900s.
Now, in the modern era, Asian representation and roles in the entertainment industry have changed significantly for the better. They have started gaining traction in movies, TV shows, and even on newer platforms that were introduced during the shift to more advanced technology. A few examples of these could be from our childhood with Brenda Song on Disney Channel, featuring in Zack and Cody, where she's seen as rather ditzy rather than the studious Asian stereotype, and Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior, where she is taught how to embrace her culture. As said before, the stereotypical Asian warrior plot still lives on, except no longer as something just to laugh at. It's being used to expose other cultures and ethnicities into mainstream pop culture in a positive light.
Another fairly popular TV show is Glee from the late 2000s, featuring characters Mike and Tina Chang, both representing totally different dynamics for an Asian role. Not only do they have passions for singing and dancing, not even close to any Asian stereotype, but they're also seen as typical teenagers with personalities and thorough plot arcs, not just background characters for comedic relief. With more recent movies like Mulan in 1998, and even actresses like Lucy Liu in Charlie's Angels, Chicago, and Kill Bill, Asian characters are getting more roles in movies in which they are portrayed less negatively and with more importance in their roles.
This big step has led us to now, with movies like Big Hero 6 and Crazy Rich Asians coming to the forefront and springing forward a new age of Asian representation in the entertainment industry.